Learning all about North Carolina. We started with pirates and lighthouses, and now we've gone back more than 400 years in history, and we are studying one of the greatest mysteries there was, the mystery of the lost colony. So welcome to Miss Wilson and Miss Demaria's production of the lost colony.
Roshni.
You've got to help us.
That seems to be the problem.
We just returned to our colony from England when the colony destroyed. All the people are gone. All of them gone.
Slow down. What do you mean, gone?
Gone, vanished, disappeared without a trace. I can't even find my granddaughter.
This sounds like a mystery. We're the Ace Detectives. We can help you. Why don't you start at the beginning?
Well, okay. My name is John White, the governor of the first English colony in the New World.
You're John White, the artist who's Mr. Walter Raleigh when he first discovered Roanoke Island in Virginia, but it's now part of North Carolina.
It all started in 1584 when Sir Walter Raleigh sent some explorers to find riches in the basin in New York for England. The year after that, in 1585, Sir Raleigh sent another expedition, this time it called us aboard ship.
As the expedition artist on the first trip with colonists, John White painted watercolors to help tell the story of our trip and our friendship with the native tribe there. The Native Americans taught us how to fish and about life in the new land.
Wow, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. White. What happened next?
We had to go back to our homes in England and left behind a group of men who were trying to survive.
The colonists complained of harsh conditions and not enough supplies. They weren't well prepared for life in the New World.
Yeah, they depended on the native people to help them with food, but also sometimes treated them badly. It turns out we tried to settle that first colony. Which turns out to be the worst drought in that part of the world in 800 years.
Also, the colonists accidentally infected the native people with European diseases, and a native chief had been killed. Sir Francis Drake was passing through areas on orders from the Queen to check in with the Roanoke Island colony. So the colonists all returned home to England.
About 15 of Sir Francis Drake's men stayed at Roanoke Island to hold down the fort until the new colonists could arrive.
We returned to Roanoke Island in 3 years to return new supplies. Sir Walter Raleigh still wanted the colony to still survive because Queen Elizabeth I gave him charter to land at Roanoke.
So how'd you end up going too?
With this trip with the colonists, Sir Walter Raleigh asked me to be the governor of the colony.
He offered 500 free acres of land to anyone who decided to become a settler in the new colony. A lot of people decided to go because of Sir Walter Raleigh's offer.
My daughter Eleanor grew up hearing about my great adventures and how wonderful America was. But even though she was pregnant, she and her husband decided to come along too.
In April of 1587, we left for America on 3 ships. There are 14 families and more than 100 people, including men, women, and children.
Our ship's pilot was started for daringers. He said he was trying to spoil our trip at every turn. He had planned to go to the Chesapeake Bay, north of Roanoke. When we stopped at Roanoke, he refused to go any further.
How long did your journey take?
About 3 months. We landed in August and found out that the men who had been there were gone. Fort and the house was been razed.
We went to work repairing the houses and began settling in.
A few days later, my daughter Eleanor gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. We named her Virginia.
Virginia Dare, the first new English baby born in the New World?
Yes, that's her. Well, we were running low on supplies again, and the settlers asked Governor John White to go back to England for more.
We agreed to go, but before we left, we told the people they should mark a tree to let us know if they went anywhere. If they were in danger, we told them they should mark a cross on the tree.
So we sailed back promising to return in 3 months. But Spain was fighting back and we couldn't leave.
It took 3 years, but we were finally allowed to go back. In 1590, on the first birthday of John White's granddaughter, Virginia Dare, we arrived again in Roanoke Island.
Iowa.